Let's get right into it. Number 8, the college job life gaslighting. Go to a great college, get a great job, have a great life. This is the flagship slogan of the American dream. It sounds responsible, almost boring. Follow the rules and happiness will be issued to you, like a receipt at the end of a transaction. Except the rules changed, and nobody told you. College used to be a ladder. Now, for many, it's a predatory loan with a fancy logo. With U.S. student debt past $1.8 trillion, a degree doesn't just open doors, it locks you into years of payments that outlive your ambition. You're not building a career, you're servicing debt. In an economy that treats permanent jobs like software updates, easily replaced, quietly discarded, and even when you make it, something feels off. That's not failure, that's biology. Your brain adapts, fast. Psychologists call it hedonic adaptation. The excitement fades. What's left is the weight of a job title that slowly becomes your identity. Here's the real problem. This advice treats life like a checklist. But life isn't linear, it's volatile. Doing everything right isn't a guarantee anymore. It's just a gamble with higher stakes. Number 7, the 2 a.m. suicide mission. Sleep is for the weak. This one doesn't sound like advice, it sounds like a threat. Work while they sleep. Sleep less, want it more. You have the same 24 hours as Elon Musk. That last line is especially cruel because it quietly ignores one detail. Elon Musk isn't answering Slack messages at 2 a.m. You are. This isn't motivation. It's a suicide mission with better branding. When you don't sleep, your brain doesn't rest. It clogs, literally. During deep sleep, your brain flushes out toxic waste. Skip sleep, and those toxins stay. Science has measured the result. Stay awake long enough, and your brain performs like it's drunk. Reaction time drops, judgment collapses, memory leaks. You don't feel tired, you feel wrong. That's brain fog. And hustle culture calls it dedication. America's grind obsession is burning people down early. 25-year-olds with 40-year-old cortisol levels, dark circles, tight chests, chronic anxiety disguised as ambition. Here's the twist no one puts on a poster. You're not grinding, you're decaying, slowly, quietly, and exactly as the system intended. Here's the reality. A burned-out brain doesn't produce million-dollar ideas. It produces expensive mistakes and a medical bill you can't afford. Number 6, the cosmic customer service lie, the law of attraction, vision boards, affirmations, screenshots of luxury cars labeled manifesting. The idea is simple. Think it hard enough, want it badly enough, and the universe will meet you halfway. But here's the problem. The universe doesn't have a customer service desk. Physics doesn't respond to vibes. It responds to force, energy, and motion. Sitting on your couch visualizing success doesn't bend reality. It just burns calories very slowly. What actually happens is less magical and more human. You focus on something so you notice it more. That's not manifestation. That's your brain's filter doing its job. And here's the part Instagram skips. If attraction worked the way influencers claim, hospitals would be empty and billionaires would be philosophers. Nothing comes to you because you aligned with it. It comes because you moved toward it. The universe isn't watching your mindset, it's watching your actions. And gravity doesn't care how positive you feel when you jump. Number 5, the absence of misery myth. Money can't buy happiness. Ah, yes, the favorite slogan of people who already have money. It sounds wise, humble, almost spiritual. Like happiness is too pure to be touched by something as vulgar as cash. But let's be honest. Have you ever tried to feel inner peace while choosing between rent and groceries? Here's what this advice leaves out. Money doesn't buy happiness. It buys the absence of misery. Below a certain income level, your brain isn't chasing fulfillment. It's in survival mode. Bills pile up, one emergency away from collapse. Neuroscience shows that chronic financial stress floods your system with cortisol. You're not anxious because you're weak. You're anxious because your nervous system thinks you're in danger. And yes, there's a limit. Studies show emotional well-being rises with income, then levels off. Not infinite wealth. Just enough to breathe, enough to sleep, enough to say no. After that, more money stops adding joy. But the lack of it keeps subtracting peace. Telling someone drowning in debt that money doesn't matter isn't wisdom. It's gaslighting with good intentions. Money won't make you happy. But pretending it doesn't matter will keep you miserable. Happiness doesn't start with luxury, it starts with security. Number 4, the leverage trap. Hard work always pays off. So you worked late, skipped weekends, answered emails from the bathroom. You didn't complain, you trusted the deal. And when nothing came back, you assumed you did something wrong. Here's what they don't say out loud. Hard work doesn't pay off. Leverage does. Effort without direction just makes you efficient at being used. Companies reward results, not sacrifice. The system notices outcomes, not how tired you look. That's why the hardest worker in the room is often the most exhausted, not the most successful. Here's the part that stings. If hard work automatically paid off, nurses would be rich, teachers would be wealthy, and burnout wouldn't be a personality trait. Working hard isn't the problem. Believing it's enough is. And the longer you confuse effort with progress, the longer someone else collects the payoff. Number 3. The gold-plated prison. Fake it till you make it. It starts online. The photos look confident. The captions sound certain. The career looks figured out. New job announcement, gym selfie at 6 a.m., laptop, latte, airport window. And everyone else scrolls past thinking, wow, they're really doing it. What you don't see is the part off camera. The credit card behind the lifestyle, the job they hate but can't quit yet. The anxiety that kicks in the moment the phone goes face down. Because faking success doesn't end when you make it, it raises the bar. Now you have to keep posting, keep proving, keep performing a life you're still catching up to. Here's the quiet damage. When your image moves faster than your reality, your confidence collapses under its own weight. You don't feel proud, you feel exposed. Fun fact, most people aren't faking success, they're renting it with debt, stress, and silence. Number 2, the polite death of dreams. You need to have all the answers. Before you choose a major, before you pick a career, before you move cities, change jobs, or start over. You're supposed to know. Have a plan. A 5-year roadmap that makes sense to other people, so you stall. You overthink. You wait. Waiting feels responsible, but here's what no one admits. Waiting for clarity is how dreams die politely, not with failure, with "I'll figure it out later." The real fear isn't not knowing. It's being seen not knowing. School taught you that an "I don't know" is an F. Work rewards confidence, not curiosity. Social media only shows finished products, so you fake certainty. Or worse, you do nothing. Here's the truth. Clarity doesn't come before action, it comes after. Not knowing isn't your problem, waiting is, and every year you wait for certainty, life quietly chooses for you. Number 1, the sinking ship logic. Never give up. It sounds heroic, like grit, like strength, like you're one motivational montage away from winning. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Blind persistence doesn't make you brave. It often just makes you tired, broke, and emotionally attached to a bad decision. Psychology has a name for this trap, the sunk cost fallacy. The instinct to keep going, not because it's working, but because you've already put too much into it to walk away. Time, money, pride, you don't want to waste them, so you double down. Imagine a ship taking on water, and someone yelling, "Don't give up, just bail faster." That's not courage, that's drowning with good intentions. Here's the twist no one puts on a poster. Quitting isn't weakness, it's adaptation. It's your brain finally admitting the strategy failed and choosing a better one. Winners quit all the time. They just quit the wrong things faster than everyone else. So here's the real question. Which piece of good advice has been quietly costing you the most? If this broke something you thought was true, drop it in the comments. And if it helped you see things clearer, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.